want your business to go to another level. You must try to learn and hear something new. So make a change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Drastic Results, yeah, with Tony Harris Taylor. Tony Harris Taylor. Drastic Results, oh yeah, Tony Harris Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the Drastic Franchise Connectors show. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, and I am your hostess with the mostest. I got a new background. Look at that. So I need to reintroduce myself. I am the CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching, where I work with franchisors to teach their Z's networking strategies to help them grow. I'm also known as the networking queen. My clients gave me that mantra and I wear it proudly because nobody networks like me, and I'm the coach that connects. I'm also a proud franchisee with Network in Action Global Partners, where I run 2 virtual groups, one for entrepreneurs in general and the other for franchise suppliers. I am the visionary and executive director of the Multicultural Franchise Connectors organization, which you're going to learn a lot more about from this point forward. And then I am a certified franchise consultant for Drastic Franchise Matchmakers. Whew! You probably are tired just listening to all of that. So today we're going to talk about the money when it comes to franchising. And I want the franchisors to listen. I want the potential franchisees, those of you in multicultural communities. Our guest is a funding expert that I recently met, and he's got some cool tools he's going to share. But let's talk about funding your franchise. So one of the misconceptions I believe is true is that, especially for minorities, that we don't have the money to put into franchising. And so while that could be true, and I'm going to be transparent, I did not have the money when I bought my franchise. We have resources. You can fund a franchise from home equity lines. You can take out an SBA loan, and our guest is going to tell us the advantage of the different things. You might have an old IRA or 401k sitting somewhere. You got friends, family, you got investors who believe in you. But here's another key thing. And I went to an event that was a franchise sales event a couple of months ago. And one of the things that came up was, if you're an emerging brand franchisors, like my franchise was when I bought in, you have the autonomy to do what you want. You do not have to collect the full franchise fee up front. You can actually finance a portion of the fee. When I got into my Network in Action franchise, my franchisor was emerging, so he had pure autonomy. After we had our first conversation, he's like, I like you. I believe you can do this. What can you put down on this franchise? And I'm going to tell you, the franchise fee was this much. I could put down that much. And I ended up paying off most of my franchise fee with referrals to 8 other franchisees. Okay. So don't let money be the barrier to getting started. You never know. If you give someone a break at that conference, it was like, if you give the right person a break, they can change your business, franchisors. So my franchisor gave me a break on the franchise fee, put me on a payment plan. While paying the payment plan, I referred him 8 franchisees and ultimately ended up paying this much for my franchise rather than having to come up with this much because I brought him 8 new franchisees. And I'm proud to say I'm his first ever Rookie of the Year, Brand Ambassador, Community Service Award. You can take a chance on people, right? So it's drastic to do that because I know you need the fee. But if you are paying consultants and that person came through a different source, you can take a chance. So we're going to talk to my guest, Aaron Slattery, that I met recently by showing up to the Red Rock Franchise Development event. Shout out to Ari and Jason. And it was so good. What he had to say, I'm like, you want to be on my show? We had a date yesterday. Y'all know I teach the dating. So we had a date. I'm like, you want to be on my show? And here he is today. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with my guest, Aaron Slattery. So we can talk about the money to get into a franchise. We'll be right back.
Are you a franchisor grappling with how to stimulate your franchisees' growth and revenue? Are the phrases, "I'm not comfortable networking," "I'm an introvert"? Enter Tony Harris Taylor, your answer to these challenges. With her expert guidance and program, you can empower your franchisees to conquer networking and community outreach. Tony's program is designed to equip your franchisees with the skills and confidence to show up to the right events with the right people. It goes beyond making connections. It's about nurturing and leveraging these relationships. It's about following up, collaborating, and generating leads and referrals to maximize conversions. And ultimately, increased revenue for your franchisees and for you, the franchisor. Are you ready to unlock this potential? Reach out to us at 832-479-2088. Let's embark on this journey of growth and success together.
We are back with my guest, Aaron Slattery. Aaron, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Tony.
So, in your own words, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Aaron Slattery, and I am with First Financial. And First Financial is one of 7 or 8 firms out there that are commissioned and regulated by the SBA to assist people through the SBA loan. So our title is a broker. We're here to connect you with a bank and also get you through the entire process. You know, the SBA loan is a wonderful loan. It's probably the best loan out there to use to get your business going, but it's complicated. It's a government-backed loan. So there's 47 documents, 2 years of projections, business summary, but that's what we're here to get you, to assist you through the entire process with.
Okay. So you heard my opening monologue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so my franchisor was creative in, granting me access to the franchise. But what do you see as the biggest barrier for those who want to get the capital? What's the biggest challenge they have when getting these loans?
I think the biggest challenge is people think too big. They think they have to invest big to make big money, to be honest with you. The loan that is the most popular that we do 90% of the time is that $150,000 express loan. And it's not too challenging to apply to qualify for that loan. It's once you go over the $150,000 mark, then it gets a lot more expensive, a lot more complicated, and your overall deal and your business gets much more complicated. Meaning these $150,000 express loans are based on those home-based businesses.
Okay.
Someone who wants to start a closet company, a handyman company, a property management company. Franchising took a big turn when Google came around. It took a massive turn. You don't need a brick and mortar and all that expensive signage anymore. People don't drive around looking for a closet company. They go online. So you don't have to have all that expensive overhead. Something I always tell people in the very beginning is, I'll do a Subway. Everybody knows Subway sandwich shop, and they're almost $500,000 to get open now. The average one makes about $60,000 a year. That's it. You have to have about 10 of them to really, make the kind of money that people want to make if you're going out on your own. Well, I'll see someone spend $150,000, start a little handyman company, and they'll clear $100,000 their first year. So you don't have to spend big to make big. And the beauty of this loan is the requirements are nice and low to let a lot of people qualify for it.
I love that so much, because the big myth in franchising is you have to have the $500,000,
Right.
but that's because you are looking at a location. What most people don't know is that there are a large percentage of franchises now that are home-based. They are, your van is your office, if you have a van.
And scalable.
And it's scalable for a lot less, because scaling a restaurant, you got to go find another build out.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do all that.
No, you're just buying another territory if you want to grow.
That's right there. That is the golden nugget right there. And my specialty as a consultant is the 150,000 below home-based businesses that you don't have to have the build outs. So you and I, Aaron, that's why I like what you had to say. So now, to qualify for SBA loan, what kind of credit do I have? And is it my personal credit or business credit?
So it is your personal credit. It's going to always be based personal on the SBA loan. So you have to have a 700 or higher credit score for the express loan. They like to see less than 40% credit card usage also. So what they're saying there is, if you have a $10,000 in credit cards, they want to see you have less than a $4,000 balance. 40%.
I'm taking notes over here. Okay.
And then the loan requires a 10% cash injection. So they're going to want to see the franchisee put $15,000 of their own money into the business.
Okay.
And you're not losing that $15,000. It's not going to the bank or anything. It's collateral. They just want to see you put some skin in the game. So usually what we do is we have them send it to the franchise to go towards the franchise fee. So
question on that. So collateral you mentioned. So what's the collateral on
no
a
collateral? There's no collateral on the $150,000 express loan. It's a signature loan. Yep. They don't lien your house. They don't touch anything like that. The SBA loan doesn't even show up on your personal credit the entire 10 years. The SBA doesn't want to interfere with your personal purchasing power. They don't want to interfere with you buying a second house, cars, things like that as you become successful. So your business loan does not sit on your personal credit at all. It doesn't appear there.
Okay. Oh, you said 10 years.
It's a 10-year note. They do a 10-year note because franchise agreements are usually 10 years. And so they're trying to spread out your payments as long as possible so you have a low monthly payment.
Look at that dog back there. Hey there, puppy. Gotta love the work from home.
That's right.
Gotta love working from home. What's the interest rates doing to these loans?
So the SBA does a variable rate, and they always have for 70 years as long as they've been around. And they do a variable rate because of the situation we're in right now. It's 10.25% for an SBA loan right now. And if you look at the big picture, 10% for a signature loan non-collateral is actually very good. I think hard money is 12% still right now. But people go to the SBA loan not just for the terms and great and everything else about it. They go for it for the good interest rate. Where does it want to be? Where does it historically sit? Around 7%. That's where it likes to be.
Okay.
And we're on our way down there. We're down a point already this year. We should be going down another point in another 30, 40 days. It's nothing the client ever has to manage. They're just going to get an email saying, hey, nothing's changed, or hey, your payments dropped $20 if the interest rate moves.
And if it moves up, though, the payment goes up.
It can go up. It can go up. 2 years ago, it was the highest it's ever been. So if we think about what did it take to get to the highest level, we had to go through a pandemic and all that. So, it's on its way down. Do I think it's ever going to hit 3 or 4% again like it did? No, it's going to probably just settle back in at 7%.
Now, you've been in the industry 8 years or so. Have you seen franchisors do creative financing?
Absolutely. I think they'll do anything that they legally can if they really want that franchisee to be part of their team. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So the message to the audience is show up in a way that the franchisor will want to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Absolutely.
what happened when I bought my franchise.
Absolutely.
And trust me, it has paid for itself in dividends. So really grateful to my franchisor for taking a chance on me. He literally changed the trajectory of my life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm very grateful for that. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about networking, my favorite topic, and being drastic. We'll be right back with more Aaron Slattery. We're back with my guest, Aaron Slattery. He has given us some great nuggets around getting financing for your franchise. But before we move into the networking question, you also do working capital SBA loans, correct?
Yeah, so the SBA that's what all the SBA loans are. They mainly are all working capital loans. So yeah, if you've been in business and you want to grow your business, absolutely, we can do additional loans for your business.
Awesome.
It doesn't have to be a franchise. You can start your own handyman business, things like that. The only thing, we just have to make a little bit of a connection. We just have to make, some sort of managerial connection or an accounting connection, something where you've done in your past that connects to what you want to do in your future.
Awesome. I love that. Now, one more thing you didn't say here that I heard you say when you spoke at the event. If you have the ability to have W-2 income, whether you keep your job and get the loan or you have a spouse, talk about that.
Yeah, so W-2 income is still very, very highly, sought after with the SBA loan. It doesn't have to be the person taking the loan. It can be the spouse, the other household member. But they just like to see some W-2 income just because, it helps ease the stress on the new business. If the new business just has to worry about itself and its own bills in the beginning to get going, it really helps the success. Where, if there's no W-2 income, then it has to worry about itself and the household bills for the franchisees. So they really like to see that. Now, is it the end all be all that if you don't have a W-2? No, let's always talk about it and see what we can do. But it is a big part of the SBA right now.
Yeah. And you need to get with Aaron. We don't have time to go into it, but he had some some do's and don'ts that you should not do or should do before you apply for a loan. So make sure you contact him when we give you his contact information. Okay. So Aaron, how has networking helped your business?
So networking is always big in our business because it's it's the way we get our clients, is through the coaches and through the franchisors, and all of that. And we have a very good reputation at our firm. We're still family owned. There's only 12 of us in our whole firm, and we handle 60% of the bank's volume. So it just goes to show how much we do, but we concentrate solely on SBA. And I think that's a big thing, is when you concentrate on one thing, you just become as good as you can at it. But no, constantly meeting with new franchisees and constantly networking, whether it's through Red Rock, whether it's going to conferences, whether it's doing things like this. So no, you always have to keep the ball rolling.
Love it. Love it. Networking is everything.
It is. It really is.
Yes. Okay. And so the second question I always ask my guests is, what's the biggest drastic step you've ever taken in your life or business?
It probably was when I came out of college. I went to work immediately for Outback Steakhouse. And I always knew I was built for hospitality. I love taking care of people. And I'm not happy unless there's 100 people at the front door and the kitchen's on fire. I love chaos. I don't know how to explain it. And so I was very comfortable. I was very safe with Outback for 5 years. And after I've been there and I felt like I learned a ton, I went out and opened up my own restaurants. And I opened 3 restaurants in Atlanta, all within a couple of years. And after 7 years, somebody came and made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And I took it. But I think just going out and doing my own thing was probably the most drastic thing I ever did. And I don't regret it. I regret selling them, but I don't.
Do you? You regret selling? Why?
I kind of knew the owner, the person who bought it. I knew he was kind of buying his kid's job, so he was giving one restaurant to one kid, and they were all doing well for 7 years, and 2 of them closed within 6 months. They just weren't running them correctly, and it's a very tough world. You have to be careful. Yeah. And so I had a feeling that was going to happen. So it was hard to see, your dream close.
Your baby. Yeah. Those were your babies, right? Yeah. So it's hard to see somebody mistreat your baby, and then, well, live and you learn, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, before we go, and I need you to share your contact information, but I need to know about the dog. No, that's your baby. Talk about a baby.
Come here, come. Heel, come here, Klaus, come. Well, they're sleepy. He just went for a run. I have 2 Dobermans.
Oh, you have 2. I see the stuffed one up there. So
and there's another one in the chair over here.
Okay, all right. And so, what are their names?
Klaus and Damon.
Okay.
And they're the best. Good. They're very sweet. And,
awesome.
They go everywhere that we're with us. They're very well trained. So a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And speaking of having babies, dogs are like having babies. Well, tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
Absolutely. So you can email me at Aaron, Aaron.Slattery @ffcash.com. You can call me at 770-912-6161. You can text me also. And I always like people to know that, all of our candidates, all the people we speak to that want to become entrepreneurs, they can't do it right away. Sometimes that just happens. But part of our job is to get them to that point. So if you bring someone to me that doesn't have the money, we know they have to save money. If their credit's not right, I have a company who will help them get their credit right. Let's keep their dream going. It may not happen today, but we can get it. Let's put them on, a 4-month plan to get them ready to be qualify then. So, SBA is not always a yes and no. It's a how long does it take for me to get to it. So I just want people to know that, let's keep them in the pipeline.
Awesome. Well, I love that so much. It's not just what can you do for me now, but helping people to be ready over time. In the meantime, they could be sending you referrals Certainly the consultant and the franchisor you're working with will continue to send you referrals because you treat people the right way.
Absolutely.
And that's what attracted me to you.
Thank you.
When I met you last week. So Aaron, I appreciate you. This was kind of spur of the moment.
That was great.
You got drastic and you said, I'm going to do it. And I appreciate your time here. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And we're going to do some business together.
I look forward to it.
We'll be right back with my final thoughts. That's right. Get your copy of the Show Up, Be Up, Follow Up to Blow Up book. Some of y'all been buying it because I'm getting royalties. So thank you very much. You can go to showuptoblowup.com. If you want to talk franchising, you want to talk marketing, schedule a one-to-one with me at meetwithtonyharristaylor.com. On that page at the bottom is franchise consultation, or just get to know you one-to-one. Either one will get you on my calendar. Wasn't that interesting? You know, where there's a will, there's a way. Do not let money stand in your way of your dream. There are people and partners that will work with you and help you to get what you need, even if you aren't ready today, to help you to get ready. And then franchisors, especially you emerging brands, why not catch a break? Give somebody a break. You might just give your next Rookie of the Year, brand ambassador, community service ambassador an award in the future. I'm eternally grateful that my franchisor saw enough in me to give me a break, and he's made his money back and then some. So you just never know. This is Tony Harris Taylor saying, take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow. We'll see you next week.